Hey folks, please join our great community at rivianstories.com to get all the latest updates, pics, and videos from Rivian owners and fans. We also have t-shirts, hats, and gear guides for your next adventure. Hope to see you there. I'm recording from the beginning, fellas, because we haven't seen each other for like weeks, and I want to get reactions for people so that they know we're not faking, that we weren't in a fight like Jimmy and Skylar discovered today. We're not fighting, right, guys?
We're not fighting?
Jimmy, that strong beard game.
You like that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's coming in real strong. What's the boss think of it?
She's ready to kill me. I think she's ready to shave it in my sleep.
So the reason we haven't been together, Skylar, you've been gone forever, right?
Yes, it feels like forever.
Because Jimmy and I have met twice, but then we just been catching up on life twice, and then Jimmy added new stuff to the shop. We are going to catch up after, and I thought if we started by catching up, we probably wouldn't record. Like we would record for 2 minutes, like at 6 p.m. and it's 4:25 p.m. So most of the stuff that we haven't recorded on has revolved around the R1S, including the fact that we finally got the sizing up the R1S shortly after we recorded our last one over 3 weeks ago. And then there was an event, and there's been some stuff on the Instagram, and then there's been some stuff on Expel being chosen as a partner for the factory. There's been about a million other little stories from the community as well. Where do we even start? Do we want to start with sizing up the R1S, the article that we asked for like 18 years? And then they finally came out with it.
It feels like such old news now, almost.
It is. It is.
It does. And the thing is, most of our questions were answered before Rivian put out that article when we got the iJustine and the sisters video as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Jenna,
Yeah. So that's one thing to ask. Did you guys learn anything new when you guys saw this? And that could be subjective, such as I learned that the white R1S looks awesome. Or it can be objective, something new that you kind of discovered on a close look through this.
I didn't really pick up anything new. No.
The only thing new that I picked up that I actually mentioned to Jimmy, we didn't record. It was one of those days where we kind of had like, maybe we'll record on this time. I noticed that in the back, and we've seen this now in the videos from up in the Northeast, that those little armrests in the third row open up and there's like cubby storage. I knew that there was going to be USB back there somewhere, so I didn't know that was going to open up per se. And then it was cool, this little thing, to kind of see these anchors in action with some stuff tied down. Because we've heard about the anchors, but just haven't quite seen a little bit of a visual of it.
Honestly, the one part of the R1S that I did not know about, that I didn't get from any video that I recall seeing, other than from our very own Matt Jensen on RS, was that the power and the air compressor on the driver's side of the interior have slide covers. Did you guys see that video that Matt did? I thought that was pretty awesome.
It was an awesome video.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job. Probably, honestly, to Sapan's point that he made to three of us, I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. It was probably one of the best videos we had of the R1S, and it was really well done.
Yeah. So you're talking about how those covers slide towards the front,
right? To expose them, and then you slide them. Yeah. You slide them towards the aft of the vehicle to cover them up,
right?
To keep them.
Yeah,
to keep
I didn't
them protected.
know that. In fact, I think that we lightly covered that on one, but it was a long one. We just kind of mentioned it quickly on one video, but definitely great design that it doesn't open up into any kind of gear base, for sure. And yes, so speaking of Matthew, he reached out to me like a couple of days ago when I was on vacation. It was like, hey, nothing, been quiet. So making sure you guys are still okay and haven't jumped off the ship. And I had actually screenshotted where Sapan said, yeah, check out Matthews in reply to Skylar asking which video should I catch up on to kind of get myself regrounded. So thank you, Matthew, for doing that and for checking up on us. Yeah. Other than that, like, honestly, this white SUV, Skylar, I'm not copying you if I get mine first. That's all I'm saying. If I switch.
Man,
You're copying.
It does. The white looks so good, so clean, and this is going to sound strange, but I feel like white is one of the best looking colors when the vehicle is in motion. And that might sound a little strange, but I think that's why it looks so good in that shot.
So that's interesting you say that, because my desktop picture is this one right now. And, you know, it has a little panning effect where you can tell it's in motion with the blur and the wheels and whatnot. Yeah. And maybe you have a point there, Skylar, that I hadn't realized, that something about it in motion. But this is phenomenal. I also like the cargo bars on it, even with the road wheels, the 22s, looks stinking awesome.
It does.
So I don't know. I think that white with Forest Edge is a great combo too. And I'm committed to Forest Edge at this point. Although people have been asking me, have you thought about switching back to the light interior? And because they originally said 6 months, and here we are knocking on the door of 6 months, like, you know, a couple months from now. But now I'm kind of, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I just think that maybe the light interior, it might be pushed back again till the spring. Who knows? I feel like it's risky.
I feel like it would be risky also, and there is a lot to love about that Forest Edge interior. I think. I mean, the wood, just the overall kind of warmness of it, I think is phenomenal. I mean, all of the interior color schemes, all of the exterior colors look great. I mean, the one exterior color that we've started to see more of, both on the truck and then also some shots of the SUV that looks absolutely incredible, is Red Canyon. Yeah. That one kind of tugs at me, and if it did not have a hint of burnt orange in it, I might actually consider it.
Yeah. Yeah. I showed that to my kids and to Julie too, and Julie reminded me that once upon a time I had a red Toyota Celica back in my early 20s, and at one time she had a red Oldsmobile Alero. Do you remember Aleros? Those little two-door sporty ones?
Yep.
It's like, so maybe we could bring back our red memories. But then if I did Forest Edge inside, I'm like, it could be a little too much Christmas year round. So I don't know. But the red, I think if I got that, like the Black Mountain interior, gosh. Yeah. So I brought this up because here we see El Cap and then quickly after white. And it's just close. I don't know. I can't believe it either. I mean, I've always liked white, but I was so darn set on El Cap until I saw some of these things, which is why it's just so important to see pictures and videos.
Oh, yeah.
My advice to you, Kyle, though, would be not to change a thing, especially unless you want to face a potential delay. But if there's something that really grabs your heart, whether it's the Ocean Coast interior or anything else, I mean, once again, this is a major purchase, and you've been waiting a long time already. You know, go with your gut, go with your heart, and get what you want, even if it might end up pushing you back a little bit.
So that's an interesting question and point, rather, is that there are many people who got as far along as to be locked in their configurator, get a PBA, even for the R1S, and then we faced delays that were equal to a few months, And in the meantime, I never locked my configuration and therefore never got a PVA. And, we've talked a little bit, I think, off recordings about what that might mean. Like maybe my guy was like really looking out for me, knowing that maybe Kyle would change his mind 14 more times before it was really time. So that's an interesting point to think that, like, even though I'm unlocked, that maybe going from LCAP to white could be a delay. And I suppose that'd be one thing I just reach out to my guide about. All right, folks, that's it for this one. Again, catch the entire episode on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or your favorite podcast app. Until the next video, we'll be hanging out at rivianstories.com, so we hope to see you there.